You have unlocked the Proliferator Mark II. Using the Proliferator Mark II, coat cargo can result in significant increased production speed up effects or larger amounts of extra products when coated cargo. Use as raw material for next level production manufacturing. Yes, again, this is nothing new because we had this during my second launch run, but we've not really started taking advantage of this yet. We're not even doing Mark 1. And I'm already very, very greedily eyeing the level 3, which is here. All I need is a bit of yellow science to run through the carbon nanotube production to get to it. Yellow science. Yes, yellow science. Anyway, hello there everyone, this is Mark 3. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere program. My little run with... Look at all that just lurking right over there. My little run with the Dark Fog update. Honestly, not been progressing as fast as I would like on a lot of fronts of late, but it's like last time we actually managed to crack things and get our base defense sorted out, and we kicked the Dark Fog off our planet for better or worse. I don't know why, but the entire planet seems to be missing stations for those two now as well. I guess they do blow up over time if they get debased enough. I don't know. It's weird. That also seemed to confuse like Happy Aether and Clint in the comments as well. It's like, don't know why the missiles weren't targeting the stations. Maybe they updated that or something. I don't know, but the fact is they're dead now. I have no idea what killed them or when. But from what I understand, I need to... Well, I've got breathing space. I need to do a bunch of things. First off, get yellow science sorted out. I have actually got a buttload of extra matrix labs ready to roll, so enough to upgrade my current production levels and produce new ones, so I can actually start working on yellow science. I made a supply trip back to the other planet to get another 30 stacks of raw titanium ore out of it. It was great. The bases only had like 2% threat rate increase, so you know they're okay. I've been assured that for my planetary defense, just like keeping it clear for the time being, maybe 20 or so missile turrets is all I need, plus, sadly, this is the expensive part, I would need a grid of signal towers, considering the missile launchers can only remote target into signal control range. So, to ensure that enemy attempts to actually regain a foothold on this planet will be met with an appropriately explosive response, I'd need to cover, I think, any landmass on this planet with signal tower coverage to ensure that anything just gets blown off the face of the planet as soon as it arrives. That's going to be costly. I don't actually have good supplies of that one because that requires crystal silicon, which of course is from regular silicon, which I don't have a mining supply of because I only got that in, well, in loot drops, which have ironically actually put a stop to now, so... Oh well. Okay, so general plan. Get yellow science up and rolling so we can get more interesting tech like interplanetary logistics and conveyor belt stackers and things rolling. That is our next tech barrier, the yellow science. And also, because I don't need to defend myself as rigorously as all this, I need to unpick my existing factory and smeltery and defensive lines and sort all that nonsense out into a proper production factory layout. So this is going to be a very chill episode. It's also why I was waiting to get enough time to make sure that I could settle in and properly commit to getting it sorted out, rather than cram in an hour, then have to go off and do something else, then cram in another hour or so there, and it's like, nope, got to go do something else. Nope, no. So it's just like, yeah. But as things are, my production is very convoluted. I have a lot of capacity for excess munitions and things. So a bit of a teardown and rebuild is, I think, kind of in order. Even for this area here, sort of. Actually, no, this area's not too bad. What I really want to do is tear out these wind turbines and sort that out. Though Happy Aphid did actually mention that as well. It's like that's also why I'm researching geothermal extraction. One way that I could deal with these guys, I didn't want to do it while the stations were still hanging around because they was like doing that, but they've disappeared. Is I could actually put geothermal power plants on these things apparently, to instead of sealing them off with a whole load of landfill, just put a geothermal plant on it instead and tap it for power. Actually, if I mouse over it, maybe Cosmo wouldn't mind if I just used the lava's heat. So the game even hints to put a geothermal on it. Oh well, I've got a lot of demolition and reworking to do. Let's get started by adding more wind turbines. That's always a good idea. Okay, this area is starting to come online, kinda, sorta, maybe. So we just need to get one across here. And there we go. So I'm doing two things at once really with this. I'm churning out a bunch of coal, as you can see right here. Don't worry, there is a good reason for that. Because I'm also going to go ahead and start implementing the other thing I mentioned, which is I have also put together my first proliferation factory up here. Admittedly, it only goes to stage 2, but stage 2 is still a lot easier to get to than stage 3. And if I'm going to continue unlocking my tech and actually get to stage 3, of course I do need to get science back online, because I've torn down my existing science facilities. So that's the second thing I'm doing. Yellow science, population, yellow science. It's going to start, but we want to start plugging things in because we're still missing things. And of course, yellow science requires things like crystals and things to go. So yeah, that's needed. And for that one, I need organic crystals and titanium. So of course, I've got a stash of titanium I can start working with there. But organic crystals, of course, requires water and fuel and things, and that requires chemical plants. I've got chemical plants here, 25 of them, enough to get started at the very least. And the last thing I've done with this area is I decided to just experiment a little and see how easily it might be to start trying to cover the planet with signals so that missile defense will become a thing. And honestly, it's not too bad. Signal range itself is actually pretty big. I don't want to build them with a density where they are actually acting as independent relays to each other, because that'd be massive overkill and require a boatload of power I don't want to spare on it, really. But if I use other towers to bridge the gaps, then we are honestly all well and good. So let's start getting refining rolling. Notice I'm not getting all of this started up straight away, and that's because I want to proliferate the area first. So this is my proliferation output. It is prioritizing proliferating the proliferation sources so that we can get a multiplicative effect going on terms of how quickly this can produce more proliferation resources. Because, you know, gotta do that. We must proliferate the proliferation to properly proliferate all proliferated things that to the proliferators can deal with the proliferatees. Yeah, just, ow. Me trying to be smirty, yes. No. Oh well, at least we're getting the output increased for proliferation and all that. So let's make sure everything has got redundancies to make sure it's all getting properly proliferated as it goes through. I'm just going to wait until this comes back up into this area to get that sorted. I also need to transfer some spare red science. You can see it's like in the storage over there, just into this thing here, because we've got storage silos up in place. And I'm doing in order production, so the cheapest ones, which we need in the large quantities, are going in first, and that's going to be it for the time being. So yeah, that's all I need to get you caught up on with for the moment. We just got to wait for all this stuff to catch up. I also kind of want to go ahead and read the comments I got last time as well. Just I summarised them a little bit before, but it's like I do kind of want to give the full thing. So let's go ahead and open that real quick, because I covered the key points, I think, but it's like there's more stuff to be said about it. Plus it gives me a chance to pad out the video to runtime. Yes, of course, that's totally the point. Yes, no. That's not the point. But I've been poking around for a while already, so it's like, let's break up the play a little bit more as we let this get started in the background here. So, from Acviafers, the exact comment is, I have no idea why the missile turrets don't attack orbital hive stations, but I know that you can get them to leave the planet if you destroy the ground part of the hive by placing a geothermal plant on the borehole. I think it's just like they just leave if you keep blowing them up after a while anyway, because they've kind of left me alone. There's not been any signs of them actually trying to rebuild while the stations are no longer gone, so I think I'm past that point, and it's more at the point of like they'll try to re-establish themselves. So yeah, keep in mind, AI will occasionally try to re-establish a new hive on liberated planets to keep the missile turrets around. This also allows you to farm certain drops if needed, and gives you a new place to put a power plant with each hive. Signal towers are amazing indeed. They'll do three things. 1. Act as power poles along range connections. 2. Provoke the enemies. Hives tend to attack only the closest signal tower, so if you build them just near your defensive line, they are much more likely to attack there in full force. 3. Mark targets and missile turrets, allowing them to attack all over the planet. You already figured out. Just place down a signal tower near a hive and a few repair drone bases buildings to keep it alive, and watch the fireworks. For what I've seen, they don't have energy shields, just a bit more health. Actually, that might have just been the health bar, and the repair drones actually keeping it alive. But then again, repair drones take time to get to it, so I don't know. I wasn't watching that closely, so I feel like there was something else going on, but maybe it was just flat they've got health and repair drones were doing the job. I'm not entirely sure. Good thing is, if you move a single place tower, the missiles in the air will keep flying. Yeah, I think missiles are programmed and then launch, because they remember that it does determine if the target has enough health to withstand the missiles, and then it calls in more missiles based on that. Oh, okay. Minor strategy spoiler warning. I'll leave that. I've not actually read that part, so I'll leave that be for the moment. The other comment was from Clint. Great vid, signal towers sweet. You need the one that lets missile towers attack anywhere, the building on the planet. It's a game changer. Yeah, it changed the game last time, very much so. Proliferation almost there. It's happy if it's signal towers, not a spoiler, but it says a tooltip. If a missile tower is in range of a signal tower, and all links to towers can shoot anywhere in range of other S towers. So great bit. Any mean towers in a signal tower, missile towers in a signal tower range can fight. Actually, we proved that one in the last video, that the signal tower is needed for targeting acquisition, but the missile towers don't actually have to be connected to the network in any way. They can just be anywhere on the planet, and they will launch if required. It's just travel time is also a thing, so I think I'm going to install missile batteries regularly spaced around the planet to reduce the flight time of missiles to allow for a quicker response time. I think that's a consideration I'm going to do, just to make sure. We only need 40 or so total to hold a planet covered with signal towers. The missile towers out of range can only fire in range of the signal towers. Yes, I'm commenting more than normal, sorry, but it's great tech with flaws. Yeah, there are caveats to it. Don't worry about commenting. Comments are always nice. Comments also play the YouTube algorithm and all that. But yeah, I think some missile batteries around the place is going to go. Also, I have been looking at the missile techs as well. If we go here, supersonic missiles, it does say with the more powerful missiles, supersonic missiles, and then the gravity missiles, that they are getting faster and faster with each one. So superior missiles will allow for superior interdiction capability. Oh good, everything is actually up, so let's go ahead and get the rest of the inserters flowing. Yes, I am building blue tech inserters here. I also have the tech for blue tech belts, but I don't have the production capability for it yet because that requires graphene. And I'm not actually making graphene yet. That's the other reason why I have a whole load of chemical plants sitting ready to start being placed down. But yeah, there we go. Level 2 proliferation is up. Just need to get the science going. Oh, that's just out of power range. Boo. Just out of power range. I'll just move you over. Just a slight nudge. There we go. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hey. But yeah. I've also kind of settled. It's like, I know that I need to get more stuff ready. Like, I need more weaponry. Well, actually no. I've still torn down my defensive line. I don't know what my weapon stockpile actually is yet. But it's going to be messy when I do that. And I also want to process lower tech munitions into higher tech munitions because they are a raw material for it. You guys are set to science. But I'm gonna... I was thinking about maybe tearing down the existing production chain, but it's like, it's fine apart from the being squished slightly because of the power poles. This area, maybe I think I'll tear out these missile turret factories over here and then expand down that way as we go. It's like, I need to do something to rearrange in this area here, but for now though, it's okay. It's working. But I need mass production of higher tier belts and things. Oh cool, you're already full? Nice. Oh, I forgot to peel off a line to go down this way too. Because I'm also going to proliferate the intake for the other labs too. Don't know if you saw that, but these labs are also going to be fitted for proliferation. To make sure that anything going into my research efforts to start with is going to be getting a full boost in terms of proliferation increase. Up to my current text limits. There we go. Okay. Now I just need to plug all this in. And start producing the stuff I'm not making yet. I figured you might want to see this. The first little bit of getting things demolished. Pop, pop, pop. Now, the thing is, I'm not expecting to hold all this stuff in my inventory, and it's like, I know I'm going to have some kind of problem with this. Especially when I get onto like the main base and stuff like that, you know? So, what I'm doing is, I'm actually rigging up the connections to allow the repair ports I have around the place to pick up anything loose that's left lying around. Though in this case, as it happens, my inventory is partially emptied from doing some stuff earlier, so it's like, you know, not doing that. But then I can just like throw all the extra munitions and things into these, and over there where there's a lot more stuff, it will just like dump it all straight away. Like, I don't want those. I don't know where I picked up some proliferators from, but turrets and things aren't being filtered right now, so there is that. So yeah, that was actually less spectacular than I was thinking, just because it's like wasn't really sorting out. But right now, ammo is being filtered out, everything else is being dumped into the storage stack, which I'll have to sort a bit more. But I plan to take the raw materials out and get that sorted out. Let's go and get the rest of my inventory over here. Now these are not hooked up just yet, but here's the rest of my stuff. And as you can see, this one is holding all my titanium, so it's not going to be a poor choice to show exactly what's going on here. So I plan to extract more from that, but if I go over here, this guy, the ammo feed for this one is running along here. Get rid of that. Just start dropping turrets here, there and everywhere. Get rid of that. As you can see, yeah, it's just like it's starting to dump stuff all over the darn place. But that's okay, considering that I plan to just let it get scooped up by these and sorted out. So, yeah. Things are starting to get cleared up at least a little bit. looking at the way I've got things laid out, I think I'm going to turn this initial island into my smeltery. Because this is where the resource lines have been laid, such as they are, for bringing ore back and forth. I'm going to redo it a bit better than this, though, must admit, because it's like, this is like a bit temporary, a bit packed in for extra defense. But I'm going to turn it around, turn it vertical, and then stretch it all up this way, which also means ammo storage has to be sorted out as well. Though for some reason, I feel like I might have a lot of spare ammunition lying around. Call me crazy, but I do think I have a fair bit of that knocking around here and there and everywhere. So yeah, I just have to get all that sorted out. I did say at the start, unpicking my existing base is going to be a big chunk of getting things back on track a bit more. Like, I don't want those, I don't want those. I'm carrying a stack of missile turrets, but actually I kind of don't want those either. So, yeah, I just need to hook these back into the feed line. Let's see, I think the feed line is at height 4. Not enough space to get there on here. 2, 3, 4. And then straight over to... there it is. But yeah. Just me doing a bit. Yes, of course. Of course I turned it the wrong way around. I want it that way. Thank you. And whoosh, all the materials are going off to try and get sorted out over there. Now I've just got more of this base's defences and things to demolish. Bear in mind, we're going to have to do this to those, to the original defensive fortifications as well, for when I was trying to push back the Dark Fog, so that's going to take a bit of doing too. I should stop beating around the bush and actually just move the titanium to where it's going to be needed. Oh yeah. Things are looking so much cleaner without the massive defensive batteries over my original base. I can actually see space where things might go. So next up is untangling the ammo feed lines and the resource supplies. I mean, these guys aren't really feeding any materials. I'm only supplying raw materials elsewhere, so without the initial factory production going, those production chains are basically not doing anything either. I do need to make sure I've got enough missiles, but apart from that, I don't really need much ammo production. Still be a really good idea to establish it somewhere, but that said, we do have an issue. As in, the feed line seems to be just jammed, so something's not gone through. The question becomes what? It is turrets, of all things. Yeah, this was never really meant to accept bulk deletion of materials, so it's jammed up on the turrets. Let's go ahead and actually remove that one there. We might have a similar issue with the missiles when they arrive, but for now though, the flow of materials is just going here, there and everywhere. Now the only thing I'm actually pulling out the stack is actually steel, so yeah, once this thing actually fills up, it's going to have a slight issue. Now that's why I do need to pick this entire repair supply line needs to be picked apart as well, and that have the same fate as the ammo supplies and things. The ammo supplies at least are being stashed in some stockpiles, which I can expand, and I'll probably have to at some point. Let's just get these guys up to next tier, because I'm also upgrading belts as I go around too, just to make sure I've got everything nice and peachy. Okay, I've actually used all of my belts apparently. Yeah, I've only got some orange ones on me. I did actually uncap green belts, so that is stashing up over time. And I am feeding orange belts into the first stage of it as a priority. So I can just grab some more green belts here. I've got plenty ready for just for this upgrade, really. I just need to stash some more stuff and keep on going. At least the resources are flowing, though. That is the main thing. But I do think I need to increase the storage sizes over here. See, I'm not going to be making artillery shells or... Well, I'm going to cancel all production for the time being, just because I'm going to have a big stockpile I can really work with. And I'll also uncap these as well, because, well, let's be fair, I'm just stockpiling what I've got on hand right now. I'm loving this side of it, though. I can be as messy as I want, just scatter resources here, there, and everywhere without a care. Previously, I would have just deleted them, but it's like, no, I've got these things sweeping up for me. Admittedly, yes, I am breaking production lines still, but that's to be expected at this point. You guys, I do need to... I guess I need some kind of filter system if I'm planning to actually make large-scale use of this, but it's like... right now, not really caring too much about it. I'm just shutting off production in general. You can go, you can go. You only fed there. Anywhere else? No, you can go. There. Just delete. Delete everything. Because, as I said, this is going to be the smeltery area. I don't want you... Ooh, some missiles. Some missiles. Some turrets survived the purge. Can't have that now, can we? There we go. I don't know. There's something fun about making an absolute mess and knowing it's going to be fine. But no side note. I was just trying to sort out an array of filters like I got on the ammo feed. Just try and create some extra space, like, you know, actually sort out what's in the storage stash, and then just realised, you know what, the feed belt's actually empty. It's processed through all the turrets and things I've scrapped so far, and it's only in the third stack, so actually I don't need a full-fledged filtering array. At least I don't think I do. Maybe I'll regret that later, but I don't think I do. Also, I will pull off... Yep, I already set that up, so I'll pull off a feed of the conveyors that I'm salvaging to go straight into the production chain. So that stuff just gets refined. Straight up into a new Mark II conveyor. You know, gotta do that. There we go. Right. Nothing else but interesting, really. I'm just like, I'm trying to sort things out. And I think I will just do this, like, filter off stuff. Though, actually, that might be an idea. Did I actually research that tech? Wait a second. No, I didn't. Distribution. I could actually use drones to start helping sort out that stack there. Because drone roboports, admittedly I need processors, which I can't really manufacture by myself at the moment. But that'd be worth picking up. Yeah. I could use that and then use destination, so that's an export site, and then imports can take stuff and sort all that out. So that'd be good, In other words, I've bled the feed lines dry, except for what's actually in the turret arrays, like the main battery banks and things. I've got like nearly 2 containers worth of railgun shots, a container and a half of missile wax, and about near 2/3 a container of artillery shells. Though, as I said, bear in mind, I haven't actually torn apart these belts yet, so I don't know what's out this way. Though we'll have to process all that back into storage as well. Suddenly I feel like I might need more storage containers than what I've got here. What the? Land on a planet that is 8,000 meters or closer to a dark fog hive. Oh. Wait, what? Planetary base is on Miram 4? What is going on? Apparently there is, I don't know where that threat's come from. Shouldn't be any kind of threat, honestly, but it's slowly ticking up. There's nothing happening on Mirror. My outpost is not doing anything, so it must be very close. Have they built a new base or something? I don't know what's going on over there, honestly. That said, that tells me that the base over there is on borrowed time. And maybe I should actually go and give it some kind of defenses, you know? Because I've so far avoided that, and I've I was quite right to set aside a long period for recording this, because I've actually been at this for quite a while. Ooh, that's going to be nasty. What can I do about that? I have plenty of munitions. The issue, though, is not just munitions. It's also the fact that there's not much power in that base either. That base was never outfitted with much to keep it operational. So, yeah. Very strange. Thing is, I don't want to have to make a trip over there just to have a look-see, but it's like, at the same time, I must have a look-see because I quite simply need to find out what's going on. Okay, here we go. Distributed logistics system. Collect distributors, install distributor on top of depot to deploy logistic bots. Now distribute items to Icarus or other distributors on the planet. To enable these, we need to configure the distributor, configure the logistics list, and it can only distribute items to or collect items from Icarus. Just switch the mode, because it can be told to do whichever. Distributors distribute items to each other. Must be checked for both logistic distributors, and their filters must set to the same item. So yeah. Okay, this is going to be... Actually, no, this isn't too bad. I think, you know the Factorio, drones, logic slots? I've got 5 right now. And from what I can tell, the range on these guys from my testing game is like determined by degrees on the planet. Now there was a tech which would increase the ranges. I think it was down here somewhere. There it is, distribution range. Plus 20 degrees coverage. So I think each one of these adds degrees across the planet to the range these bots can go. I mean, these bots are kind of slow, they don't carry much. They're like a miniature version of logistics drones, but they can auto-fill or empty to Icarus or other places that are also configured and equipped. The thing is, I can't really afford them right now. Let's see, each one requires 4 processors, and I've only got 34 in total. And what do the bots themselves need? That's another question. They also require a processor each. Ouch. So I can do a little bit with these guys, but I can't really do much until I can secure some silicon. There's a lot of things that are waiting on me right now. Anyway, since you've probably noticed, this is what I'm starting to do with my ore processing and smelting. So, full bank of 30. So, at full output, these guys will produce 1 belt of blue quality. I just have to get the proliferators over here and then start getting supplies rolling, because, you know. Of course, I've left it idle for too long, and so I do not have... Some of my other production is starting to shut down. is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And just straight in. Ah, I don't actually have one of my proliferators on the intake feed over there. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, let's see what the problem is. Bonk. Hello. I return. I've not come for your heads this time. Apparently taking over 70% is enough to do it. That is, yeah, that is actually that one that's closest over there. Was that one always that close? I don't think that was there before. I feel like it was... Actually, was it? I don't know. Regardless, it's close. Close enough to the point where it's generating threat just from me even being here. Is there another deposit I can get? I could go to the deposit over here. Oh no, that's fire ice. I mentioned I wasn't really trying to do anything specific in this one, so it's like fire ice. Yeah, I don't mind mining it, but it's like I think it's also the easiest of the rare materials to just get your hands on because you can get it from some gas giants. So it's just like, well, it's not super. There's titanium vein over there. Anyway. I came over here carrying a grand total of nothing. Because I decided, you know what, if they're going to start aggroing on me, I might as well just pull up the whole base right now. I'm not in a position where I want to engage and clear this world just yet. I mean, definitely want to do that at some point. But not right now. So yeah, I figured this would be the best way to keep it on tab, so I can just come back should I need more materials. Though odds are I'll come back once I've got interplanetary transport, and then I'll just set up a supply line and try to figure out how to get enough power down so that I can just flat out... There we go. So I can just flat out purge the planet. Still find it kind of interesting that I've not had any kind of sign of the AI trying to retake the world I'm on. I guess I just don't really care that much. Boost myself up to full speed, that's the best I can manage. My Icarus is still kind of low tech. Also, there was that repeat. There it is. I still don't know what a communicator does. You know what? Let's have a look at. This a bit of basic tactics isn't much of a spoiler either. I was wanting to save that until later on in the video. So let's go ahead and. Oops. Yeah. Ooh, that's a video I want to look for later. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Comments. Daddler. Find it. Daddler. There it is. Right. Go to videos so I can actually properly read it, because that's one drawback with a comment being too long. It doesn't fit properly in the feed, so my laptop has got a dodgy mouse control, so it's just like I need to go to the video itself to do that. Okay, minus strategy spoiler warning. This is how a YouTuber I found beta max difficulty on. I've been tempted so much to just have a look at max difficulty stuff like, my defensive line and how I struggled to get a hold. It's like, sometimes I get a massive reminder I'm not a top tier gamer. It's like, I do okay. Okay, beat max difficulty. Made a missile artillery cannon fortress blueprint, placed it on a planet, and changed signal towers until the bases are getting marked for the missiles. Power supply is in the form of batteries. That's something I don't have, actually, battery tech, and I need silicon to reliably do that. And ammo is imported from the home planet. Strategy works for even the 20 plus hive planets, as long as you still have a big enough landing area to build said fortress. Sounds like a really nasty fortress. The good thing about the way hive threat is calculated, place down a whole fortress blueprint without triggering them, as long as you just don't have any power generation. And once you're completely prepared, just switch on the power, and the hives will instantly panic into attacking you. By the way, things looking for that YouTuber, attacking one hive will usually trigger all hives on the planet, send attacks at you, so it's very solid defense is mandatory for attacking. That's actually why I pulled out, because I remembered how even trying to deal with the base that was a bit too close would have caused trouble, because me killing their units was also increasing the threat, so it's like, once the fighting started, it would not really stop, because remember, I've got their aggression cranked to max. Growth speed is normal, but aggression is max. Okay, about space battles work. This is an area I've not stepped into at all. Okay. For what I've seen, you have to build spaceships and drones and equip them in the inventory menu, then fly to the hives and let them do the work. Planetary defenses will probably not help, at least at your current tech level. You should clear all planets first to prevent them from building new units and structures, and bait a few attack waves to make them waste their defending units further. Then it's just a matter of having enough reserve drones and fuel to outlast them in the battle of attrition. You two I watched needed about 5 refuel runs of deuterium fuel cell tech level to beat 1 hive at max difficulty settings. So you'll probably need around 3. Yeah, I mean, my guys don't get experience, but my guys start off at a high level, so I don't know. 3, maybe it'll be 4, I don't know. Deuterium tech, but which I don't have deuterium either. These drones and ships are quite energy hungry and have a rather small attack trigger range, so expect to receive at least a few hits from the high defensive structures. Well, that does explain a few things. Thank you, Papier, for sharing that with me. I am a fortress where you can just turn the power on and off running from a battery supply. That actually sounds really great. Though, just as you said there, it's like if you can get enough... Ow. Face first. If you can get enough space to build up the fortress, and then you can do it from there. That's what you were saying. Oh, I wasn't expecting to do a supply one. I actually tore down a smeltery bank, which was just churning through titanium to turn it into ingots. I'll have to rebuild that. But anyway, yeah. Good to know about space battles, about the limited aggression range. I'm guessing it doesn't increase enough once you actually get out into space. Oh, I need my stuff. I left my stuff in the box over here. Whoops. That's one problem with clearing your inventory. It's like, you need to do stuff. Here it is. I need the smelters, I need belts, I need storages. Yeah. Just need to get this sorted out. Hang on a sec. Alright, sorry about that. Right. That's now churning away, processing another container and a bit of ore into... Oh, actually, a container and a half of ore into some more titanium. Actually, I should probably take that into account and extend that a little bit more. I've never really used these big container stacks much, but this time around I'm just stashing more materials. Kind of weird. Anyway, I was getting sorted out on some chemicals and things, but I think the biggest spoiler... Well, it wasn't really a spoiler. It's good to know that artillery is important. I mean, I worked that out from how useful it was. I was wondering how good it would be with missiles, though you need to be able to kill the enemy attack waves as well, and long-range missiles is not as good as close-range artillery in that regard. Close-range missiles are also good, but artillery is just flat-out hits a much bigger area, so it can hit more stuff when you get up close. So I think that's something to keep in mind. Okay, you're making organic crystals. Yeah. I stalled on it for a bit, but I decided, you know what, it really is high time. I was just trying to get production set up to get my stated thing I was going to do right at the start. Absolutely ages ago at this point. The day's almost gone. Producing for me some... There it is. Titanium crystals. Hmm. And of course I want to make sure the proliferation gets over here as well. So that's going to be feed, that's going to be the outtake, that's going to be a feed as well. Yeah, organic crystals is just going to come in on that one there. And then titanium will come this way because titanium is 3 out of an entire balance of 5. So ideally it should be on its own side to keep conveyors from getting mucked up a little bit. But mucked up, having too much distance rather. They don't get messed up by it, it's just like keep it down a little bit. 5. And I keep kicking blue. It's like, I wish I had blue belts, but I'm not there yet. I've not set up the infrastructure for it. That's one problem with doing what I'm doing and like picking things apart and going, This game, sometimes it just takes a bit of time. There we go. There's something else I should do, I guess, is... Since they're not doing anything with those destroyed cores, I did unlock the tech to make some of these guys. I should probably do that. That also means getting distracted again. Well, you know me. I like to get distracted a lot sometimes. Put one there, and I'll put one down here. Okay, that's all good. Yeah, that'll do. Not much longer to go, and then I can stop this episode. And to think, part of me actually wanted to get this done and out, like, on the same day I was recording it, since I had an early shift at work, and it's like, nope, 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 you fool, you should know better than that. As much as life grinds me down, I've never entirely been cured of optimism. Or it could be called bad timekeeping, I don't know which. Right, let's just slot that one in there. Because I want to make sure to get proliferation in place before resources start to flow. For fairly obvious reasons, I think. There we go. Okay, so I need particle colliders, I need steel for this. I should have some of those parts over here, shouldn't I? Well, actually, well, I can get away with just graphene. See, I've been shuttling some stuff out of the storage stack just because it was kind of getting a bit full. I also want the plastic and stuff as well. Let's pull the plastic out. Plastic, diamonds, bits and pieces I'm going to need in the nearest future. I mean, look at all the raw materials that are just stashed in there. I'll take another stack of extra build speed fuel. Yes, please. Just a random couple of stacks of turrets in there. And I'll refill my supply of machines too. Just have to find things in here. I mean, yeah, look at all these turrets in this one. Don't know why there's so many green belts in here either. Let's get rid of them. Let's all them. No. That's what I wanted. Steel. Steel and graphene. Unfortunately, I didn't research graphene before I kicked the dark fog off this planet, so I don't think I can do that. Okay, let's do something slightly more interesting then. And that is, it is finally time, I think, to try and do something about the defensive line. So, first things first, let's make sure we actually have defenses so that we can, you know, do something about inbound dark fog. Because it's probably a good idea to do that, you know. For that I want to grab a stack of missile turrets out of here. And we can fit one of these guys in either side. Yeah, let's pop them like that. Oh, there's actually an oil hole there. I keep seeing that and then I keep forgetting it's there. It's like, not quite registered yet that it's actually a thing that's there. Also can't do anything on that one, so let's go ahead and try out some more up here. I guess this is one drawback. Right now I'm still kind of like condensed in on where I was before. So I'm not quite ready to spread my wings and fly. Ugh, I've never... If I was a baby bird, I would be the one that falls out of the nest and face plants in the dirt. So it's like, right. I'm just trying to put down an entire stack of turrets because, you know, that's a good amount. Basically anything that, because within Central Range is going to get nuked, but in a non-nuclear fashion, I think it's probably fair to say. But I also want to get this down first because I am about to, you know, go and tear up my defensive lines. So, you know, got to actually have this stuff sorted out at the very least. So, missiles, missiles. No, no. Right. Something I do kind of want to say though is, yeah, semi-spoilery the thing there, but I did of course go in, and thank you for noting before I read it that there's spoilers after this bit. That is appreciated. What I wanted to say is, will what I've read affect what I'm going to do going forward? Yes and no, I think is probably the fairest way to put that. I was already planning to move in with like defensive positions, like my defensive strong point, and then push out from there, because I knew I needed to deal with the dark fog and their presence on the planet and all that jazz. So, you know, I need some of that. But the reminder that's like, hey, if you don't use any kind of power production or usage, then the dark fog just won't care that you're there, I think isn't quite right. The fact they needed an area to actually build the fortress indicates that if they're too close, it can be an issue, because that was happening before. Unless it was just power production, I don't know. Part of that doesn't quite sound right to me. But anyway, yeah. I think it will make me a bit more careful, and like, I'm not sure where ghost turrets fit into the meta anymore. But now, we're actually going to get on with the fun bit. Like, the fun little thing, which is, I mentioned it in passing earlier, it's kind of nice to be able to make a mess and then not really worry about it, because I'm not going to lose all the resources. The game's going to pick them up thanks to my wonderful, wonderful cleaning technology. So I'm just going to start tearing out massive chunks of the line. I think that's actually one of my feed lines back onto the salvage line, so it's like, yeah, get rid of that. Though, something to bear in mind is, I'm going to have all the stuff that was in my self-repair sections cycling back through as raw resources. Oh, there we go, finally. I was wondering, where's the mess? I said there was going to be a mess, but there's no mess, and now here we are. Just like getting some stuff sorted out. And I can just tear out the feed lines completely. So ammo, 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 ammo. Down, down. Down, down. And my stuff will stash it away. Oops, don't want to do that one because that's one of the cleaning ones. And yeah, it's just like causing a colossal mess everywhere. And the number is just going down and down and down. The fact it's taking a while kind of shows how the scale of the mess being made, but it's also like, it's not massively bad. Do I want to keep that signal tower there? Probably. I mean, it was in useful fallback area, so I'll leave that be for now. Them. Oops. And you are a repair one, so actually, I think I will get rid of you anyway. Just scatter components all over the darn place. Yep, drop it all. There we go. Not the game really cares too much. Though, I'd imagine a couple of people at home might be like, ah, he's causing such a mess. Ooh, it's like, yeah, I am. I'm just like chuckling about it. It's like, yay, fun! Plus, all this stuff is like, yeah, it's too much for the thing. The fact that this feedlog's backed up means that something somewhere has seized in the salvage line, but the amount of space that these guys give you is letting me just like tear things down basically as fast as I like. As long as there is a salvage point nearby which can still operate and capture everything. You know? And I've got to make sure I don't break the feed line, which allows things to be taken back to the main base either. Ammo feed lines though, don't really care. I mean, that's a return line there, you can tell because it's all mixed up. But these guys, these ammo feeds, nope. Don't care. No, don't care at all. Go away. I'm sorry. I think I'm ending this episode on a bit of a cathartic note. It's like, yee, stuff is falling everywhere. It's like, yay. Let's be honest, I don't need these here either. End the day. So I might as well start demolishing. I'm not really kitted out to hold all this stuff though. That's the other thing. I may have one storage stack, but at the same time, it's like, well. You'll collect everything? Well, there's another one there, that's fine. You'll collect most of it. Just massive amount of litter. But yeah, catharsis. Just like cleaning this stuff out. Getting it all sorted out. You are missile turrets, but you are going to be scrapped. Just make sure everything's still operational, and there we go. I really should check though and see what's causing the problem on the lines, because you know if I keep scrapping everything, it's just at some point it's going to stop working, even more than it has already. Get rid of you. There we go. Oh, apparently I switched style at some point there. Okay, let's have a look. See. Storage. Are you out of storage? No. Not at the primary storage. What's the wrong? I never actually finished cleaning that up. Okay. The entire thing jammed up because of a storage container. As you do. I think I'll need another storage stack just to hold more stuff though, if I'm going to be honest with you. Alright, this is going to be the last part of this video. Is it bedtime yet? Nearly. Okay. You can tell I've been on. I always say, if I'm getting a bit stranger than usual, I've been recording for a while. Right. Okay, so I think I've got turnkey operation set up here. Producing crystals, 2 titanium shards, 2 reinforced crystals. Also got carbon to graphite to diamond. Got a new refinery bank of oil because the other one was like a bit far away. So, if I've done this right, this should plug in and go. So it's also attaching some fresh oil sources as well, so flat out production. Outflows here, but it's like secondary stuff, so actually that might be an issue. because I am producing some hydrogen. Also, do need some graphite for this bit, actually. I've got a little bit of graphite being diverted up from here, but that's like, let's be honest, that's not exactly going to be a plentiful source, is it? Maybe I need another bank of graphite production. Probably be a good idea. Let's see how we do. How we take over. So, oil is being primarily diverted out that way. So this thing is probably going to back up on hydrogen sooner rather than later. Because hydrogen is filling into this area, but there's nothing to use it. So let's get that laid out there. This is the graphite overflow. Just lay that in there as well. Okay, just get a bit more room. There is diamonds flowing off down that way towards where I wanted to be. This area is set up. I just need to collect the titanium. Everything's proliferating. Okay, last resource to collect in. Titanium. Off we go. Production is immediately started. And we are indeed producing titanium crystals. Let's cancel holding on that for the moment. Because that's my initial stack, well, half stack, which I had from the dark fog drops. I'm just going to throw it into there. I wanted to hold off until I had like something to show, like I had everything ready to roll, kind of thing. The thing is, I'm not producing any plastic, and that's what I need the graphite for. And yeah, hydrogen will also decided to back up over there. Okay, this one is going to go ahead and throw. I think I'm kind of thinking this is going to be my primary oil refinery bit just over here. Yes, it is on the opposite side of the planet from where it was. Almost. Like, about a third of a world away. Structure matrix. But I kind of don't want to... I'm thinking about just tearing that one down completely, if I'm going to be honest. I need to refuel. But, there we go. Full proliferation set in, and we are making our yellow matrices at last. And yeah, it's all getting proliferated and loaded up into our research towers over there. I've never actually built a massively serious research base in this. Just realised that. Okay, right. Initial yellow techs. We want to get... I do want integrated logistics to roughly the autopilot, but the priority is going to be titanium alloy with 80 as its cost. Now the power grid holding... slightly overloaded. Okay. That's what I wanted those for. Okay. Anyway, hang on. Let me just grab some fuel real quick. So, first yellow tech. That's I was thinking of doing coal refining over here, but it's like, you know, neither here nor there. That's all ticking away. I expanded the factory lines, as you can see, and I also laid in those new smeltery arrays over there. Probably do some more smelteries, if I'm honest. And I also tore out the weapon production to make sorters. Sorry, not sorters. No, yeah, sorters. Not splitters. On automatic. So that has been doing a thing over there in the background. It's like, yeah, and yeah, this is kind of what the factory's got to so far. We don't finish tearing down everything yet of the defensive line, but we are still massively supplied in terms of munitions. We've actually got overflow here of Gorse ammo. Kind of a shame if Gorse ammo isn't any use to us later on, but well, I don't know how good it is. It seems to be an earlier game tech compared to missiles and things, missiles and artillery, though it's also a lot easier to produce as well, so I don't know what the benefit is there. It does have the shortest range though. That said, laser turrets are here. I was over here because I wanted the stack. We don't have the graphite to let us manufacture... There they are. Let us manufacture a an actual... Wow, yeah. Other sign I've been doing this a bit too long. I start to lose track of things. That's what I was doing. Oh yeah. Right. Hang on, I just need to produce something. Real quick. Okay, we've got ourselves our titanium alloy researched. Jolly good. We are almost at the point where we can start going interplanetary. We just need the actual stuff here, 120. Nice. Okay, so just for funsies, I have built myself a laser beam turret. Kind of shortish range, this. I think this is what was in the... yeah, this was in the screenshots, wasn't it? Let's plug it in. I do wish that they could prioritize construction drones. Okay, so this is a laser turret. It's got... Power is being limited. Range, pitch limit up 70. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Don't know what its stats are like though. Range 40 meters. Oh, even the Ghost turret outranges that. DPS 120. 6 shots per second, but DPS doesn't say. Durability is slightly better. Consumes 3 megawatts though while working. Well, so the Ghost is like cheaper, better range, just it requires physical ammo. So I guess this is the alternative if you're energy based. The other thing I want to build, but I don't have the graphite instead, is a planetary shield generator. But the last thing I have to show, because you know we are actually making our yellow science over here. Oh yeah, look at that flood right there. I could probably slap in another tower for research. I mean, I've got 2 towers each, so that's a... You can see yellow production is struggling. I think due to a lack of graphite, honestly. Yeah, this area is backed up. It needs that final hydrogen collection. Right. The last thing I wanted to show is the drones. We've got access to logistic distributors now. So attach that to the top of a container stack.
You've built your first logistics distributor. You can now deliver items to the inventory. Set the items you need in the logistics list to the left of the inventory, and the logistics bots will transport the items from the depot to Icarus. If you build multiple logistics distributors, they can deliver items between each other as well. Each distributor has a delivery range. If a task is out of range, it will not be executed.
Okay, so I've got to bear in mind, this is the basic stuff, basic range. What I wanted to show, I guess for demo purposes, is if I put this here. So I'll put another one there, and I guess just for convenience, I'll pop one there too. So I've got 3 places with distribution on them. This is like a mini spaceport. We can load it with up to 10 of these little logistic bots, which are basically just little rotor drones. So I've set it like that. But what do I want to configure you? I want to... Your filter is going to be, I want you to export for this trial. This one. Distribute to other distributors. Yes. Private autocollect, yes. And then this one over here, I'm going to set this one to distribute to receive. And look, this little drone just flitted out from that tower because there was some spare level 1 in there. So now it's just sent a drone across, happy dappy, and it's going to stash that into there. So it's like, it's a simple thing. There's not much to show here really because I am short on stuff flat out. Ooh, I did actually have a better example now that I think I remember. I thought about it, I deleted a path, and then I forgot about it. So... I want to stop. Right, put that there. So that one gets built. That one has got conveyors. So because this is an active provider, it's not meant to have like all this stuff on it. That's why you notice that like one filter here. Actually, if I leave that blank, no filter, but I'll tell you to request there. No, that's not working because it's like it doesn't really know what to do. So, provide belts. There you go. See? So the idea with this is like it can do short range stuff. It does have problems prioritizing. It can't really do that. So it's like it bounces to and fro based on the target settings and things like that. But I can actually set this myself. Like I can say I want to have 100 belts of my own. It goes by the half stack, by the way. So they've all gone over there. There should be some more belts in here. Yes, that's good to go. So I'll turn off the routing there. And then it should come and give me some belts because of how I set it up. Unless I've misconfigured something. No, I don't think I have. Right, Icarus. Belts. I want... Oh, there we go. Yeah, if you set it and then you don't just click off it, you click on it again and to make sure it's set. But there we go, that's now giving me some belts. And you can see it's taking a couple of trips. So yeah. Some local sorting, and I can also use this to offload if I've got above a certain amount in here as well. Like, if I set that back down, it's like, I've got more than 0 belts, so please come and remove stuff. And this is will actually accept removing stuff, so here they come, just to take those belts off me. And there we go. I am sorry. I am Mark3.exe has stopped working. Anyway, yes, enough. Time to stop. This has been I'm Mark3. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Sorry I got a bit random there. I was trying to push and do a whole bunch in one session. It's like I overdid it a little bit, as I do sometimes. But this game sometimes it takes longer than planned as well. I mean, that's one of the things that kept second launch not really only on a semi-regular update schedule, because it's like sometimes it took a while for an episode's recording time to pan out. Anyway, yes. Hope you enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff helps me, helps the channel, keeps me those virtual headbats I oh so crave. And also does help to guide me in what to do and how. What might be a good idea to try and do in this. Because, you know, let's be fair. The help I've received so far has actually been pretty darn useful. But yeah, I'll see you all later. Yeah, that was basically all my time in a day recording.